Hey Eurovision fans, it's Tom Country from Shine back for another Eurovision reaction video. Tonight I'll be reacting to Boys Don't Cry by Marius. He or she or they are representing Switzerland in Eurovision 2022. I'm going to listen and react and see how this could do in Turin. So let's kiki. As always, you can use the progress bar if you want to skip straight to my reaction. It'll probably be after around 3 minutes. The reason I didn't know the pronoun is because I literally do not want a single spoiler about this. I have absolutely no idea who this performer is, and I don't want to look anything up because I kind of want to keep it a full surprise, considering that Switzerland really haven't revealed anything about the artist or the song up until the song release, which was around an hour ago. So yeah, Switzerland in Eurovision, they really turned a corner in the last 3 years. So in 2019 they had Luca Hani, who came fourth with She Got Me, and then since then they've had these two amazing songs with John's Tears, which were my number ones both years. So yeah, Switzerland for me have gone from a country which I kind of largely ignored or just didn't really expect anything from. I did like that guy, Subalter. I did like Subalter, but like largely most of the songs I can't even remember. It's actually been a lot like Netherlands, but they've only been doing it for 3 years. But yeah, I associate Switzerland now with these kind of like very strong internal selections now. We've only had 2 artists because we've John Tears twice, but I have to admit I do have a lot of expectation, and obviously the country that's been my number one 2 years in a row. Yes, I would definitely hope. My other country that often is in my number one, Bulgaria, has kind of flopped this year, so I kind of need Switzerland to come in and make up for some loss. They are very high up on the odds, despite the fact that we know literally nothing about the song. I still believe they're doing the process where they have a large internal selection with a large internal jury, demoscopic jury, and professional jury. In any case, the qualification record is very poor. It's 31%. Before this kind of turnaround, they'd only qualified 2 of 11 times, so quite dismal. Okay, that's pretty much it. Oh my god, I'm really excited. No. Okay, I have absolutely and utterly no idea what I'm getting whatsoever. All I know is this is Marius, Boys Do Cry. Wanna know my secret band? Oh, I'm excited. I'm nervous excited. Oh, whoa, straight into it. Okay, something slower and thoughtful. That must be Marius. Okay, woo, very creating a mood quite quickly. Going for very, almost like a jazzy feel. Okay, getting like a life feel so far, and the song seems autobiographical. Okay, it's very jazzy, a bit loungy. Nothing wrong with that. I have to admit, jazz music isn't my favorite. Okay, that's kind of cute. She's like W2F. Okay, I have to admit now, I'm not getting super strong vibes yet, but it's still early days. We're only a minute in. Okay. I can't, it reminds me of, is it Jamie something? I'll pop his name up here. It kind of also a little bit remind me of 2011 Raphael Gualazzi. That kind of like, that same feel. Yeah, it's not gigantically my cup of tea. It's cute, I suppose, and it's very chill. Okay, are we getting a little bit more? Yeah, a bit of a build up. I think it's definitely going for a very specific target demographic. I'm unfortunately not that demographic. Oh, they're fighting over one of those old school phones. Yeah, I suppose it's got a little bit of timeless feel, a little bit like in a movie. Almost like the end of like an old Disney movie or something, or a Pixar movie. Yeah, I'm just describing it, I don't really like it. Sorry, I just... Oh, he's crying. Yeah. Oh. Okay, first of all, I remembered his name now. Jamie Callum. Jamie Callum was the guy I was thinking of, that kind of like very easygoing jazz. What do I think about that? Look, let's be upfront. Coming from Switzerland being my number one for 2 years, it's not gonna be my number one. let's just get that out there right now. It's very niche. It is a slow, calm, jazzy number, a little bit Kelly Melua, a little bit of Jamie Callum, that kind of thing. There's a market for that. Tiny bit of Michael Bublé maybe as well. Those people sell millions and millions of albums. I don't listen to them. I have downloaded a couple of, I've downloaded a couple of each of those people's songs, but generally I don't gravitate towards that music. It's very relaxing. This is the kind of music it feels like you would come home on a weekday evening and try to unwind, and you sit with a glass of wine and you would listen to this, and it would be like very relaxing and calm you down, kind of as you're petting your dog or cat or whatever. Look, let's stop beating around the bush. This is pretty disappointing from my perspective. Like, it's fine. I'm not like, it's an okay song. It's a quality song even, but it's not my type of song, and that's why it's a little bit devastating, because I really wanted something I really, really love. I respect it, totally respect it. I'm 99.9% sure I'm not going to download it. It's just not my cup of tea sonically. But yeah, I suppose it's a little bit surprising. It's a little bit different. It really reminds me a bit of Rafael Gualazzi. I'd actually prefer that. Even that came second in 2011. So I suppose there is an avenue for this to have success. There are, I think people with an older demographic who are like a more classic or timeless sound will do that. It really kept on reminding me of a movie. What was it? Maybe it was like one of those Pixar movies. It sounds like the music maybe at the start of the film or from Up or something like that. Now I can look and see who wrote it. Sorry, I'm a little bit disappointed. Okay, written by Marius Hugley and Martin Gallup. Now I'm guessing Marius Hugley is Marius Bear and Martin Gallup is someone else. Okay, anything about these people? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, you know what? Look, I'm not going to like every single song in Eurovision. That's just never going to happen. And the songs I don't like, I at least want other people to like them. And I do feel like this will be appreciated by some people. Not me, but other people who like that jazzy chill. I'll go for a second listen, but I'm going to heavily edit it down in case there's like really, really no development over the first time. I kind of feel bad for Jeremy next. He's got a lot of pressure to come through, or maybe he has less pressure. He sets the mood pretty quick. He's got a lovely voice. Okay, the violins coming in are very necessary for me. It's pretty. I'll give it that. It's pretty, and it's got an elegance to it. God, it's just, I find it very snoozy. No, snoozy is probably the wrong word. Like tranquilizing, but not necessarily a bad way. Like a relaxing way. It's very relaxing, but very background music. It's not the main part of the show. It's accompaniment to something else happening. Yeah, some of the vocal flourishes at the end are nice, but how did they make the boy cry at the end? Maybe they told him Switzerland weren't qualifying this year. Okay, look. Well, that's a good point. Will Switzerland qualify? They're in the first half of the first semi-final. Who else have they got so far? They got Albania, so it's very different from that. It's different from Bulgaria and Lithuania. I suppose Lithuania has a slight jazzy feel, but it's got a bit more energy and a bit more up-tempo. Obviously very different from Moldova. Netherlands is way better than this and in a similar pace. And then Ukraine. So yes, it is the only song of its type in the first half. So it is like going to technically stand out. Well, not the only type. I do think Netherlands and this have an overlap in pace and mood, but I just think Netherlands is much, much better. Let's see. First half, we know less songs qualify from the first half, pretty much always. Okay, jury are going to love this. The difference between the jury and the televote is that the juries can mark people down, although they have slightly changed that in the past. They can't mark them down as much as they used to. They've changed it so that you can't damage someone as much as you used to. The public can't vote people down. With the old jury voting rules, this would have just floated ahead because we've got lots of songs that could be voted down, like Latvia, Moldova, Norway. Songs that could have been sabotaged by the jury before aren't able to as much. In case you're not sure, basically your points used to go in a line and now it's a curve. So basically if a jury member puts something 11th, 12th, they can't drag the song down as much as they used to in the past. So they used to kind of like be able to single-handedly sabotage a song. Even if everyone else put it first, they could put it 18th and then they could drag the average down. They can't do that as much anymore. So with that in mind, that's going to work against Switzerland because they might need that little bit of help. Like, if you ask me my gut instinct now, I would say maybe borderline yes, because I think it'll do well with the jury. And then in the televote, it's going to apply definitely to a certain demographic, and that demographic doesn't really have much else they'll be going for other than Netherlands, but they are able to vote for 2 people. And I don't know what we're getting yet from Portugal, but Portugal tend to send stuff with this like sleepier mood, but they tend to be a little bit better at it. And Croatia also has a nice softer song, but that's also a little bit more punch and a little bit more sparkle in it. So yeah, I don't want to be super negative about this, but like really we're holding it up against my expectations. We're very high. Obviously the country that's been my number 1 2 years in a row, I'm going to want more because I'm a greedy Eurovision fan. But yeah, it hasn't produced from that perspective. But I'm sure there's going to be fans for this, and I'm happy for those people who really enjoy it, but I'm not one of them, unfortunately. So let's go check the odds. Let's see if they've moved in the odds. It's very, very, very early. Eurovision fans are so efficient, it's almost scary. Let's see, this has moved down. Okay, it's moved down quite a bit. It's moved down, I think, the most it could move down in such a short time. So it was, Switzerland were sitting around 7th, 8th in the odds, and they've down to 12th. Usually the quickest bookies to react, not sponsored, is Betfair Exchange, and they have put them what will work out at around 20th place right now. So yes, that's quite a big drop. I think 20th place sounds accurate to me. I think this is something that could borderline qualify, and if it does, I think it would be kind of low down. I'm not really sure what happened with Rafael Gualazzi in 2011. 2011 was a very strange, weird, bizarre year. Like, stuff happened. I don't know what happened in 2011. So I don't know if that's enough of a premise to say, okay, well, that happened, so this can happen again. And I think the standard in general has increased since 2011. 2011 was a very good year, but it was just weird. Let's have a look at the Eurovision app. Eurovision fans, my God, they are quick with their old apps and ranking. Where would I put it? I'm going to put this approximately, unfortunately, I'm putting it 4th last because, yes, I just am. I'm putting it 26th at this point. But who knows? It might change. I do feel like I've got a pretty good gut instinct how it is. But yeah, stranger things have happened. Let's see where it is. It's creeped inside that it's at 19. I think Eurovision fans like a little bit more than me. I think Bulgaria is still quite harsh. They're so low down. You know, even if they do qualify, they've been 4th and 3rd, so they're not competing for the top 3. I'm almost definite about that. So that's a little bit disappointed. I assume they just maybe didn't have as good a selection this year, and this was the best shot that they had. That's fair enough. I suppose you can only work with what is submitted each year. That's what I think about Marius and Boys Do Cry. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another Eurovision reaction video very soon. Goodbye.